Hello, Riley Creek friends. I hope this finds you well. Just wanted to get on here and talk to you for a minute since it's Wednesday and I usually kind of check in during the middle of the week. And hope all is well and that everyone is safe with the snow that is still coming down a little bit. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. First of all, I wanted to remind you that on Sunday we are finishing up our sermon series entitled Anchor, where we've been talking about the promises of God and the importance of staying connected to God and holding on to that rope. And no matter what storms come, how God is so present with us. So we will finish up that sermon series this Sunday and hope to see you in worship. I also wanted to remind you that the 2 Sundays following this next one, so the 5th and the 12th of February, I will not be in worship with you. I will be out of town, but Harry and Carolyn Scott will be leading worship for you both of those Sundays. So you'll be in very good and capable hands. And I will miss being with you, but I know that you will worship well together. So thankful for that. So this week I spent a little bit of time as I was thinking about my week, I spent time with so many different age groups of people, from preschoolers to high schoolers to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders to college students to visiting those in nursing and rehab care facilities. I thought about the diversity of ages and ranges of persons that I get to talk to in my job, and how it's just, to me, it's a privilege and just an honor to get to do that. But I want to share a little story with you. I was talking to the preschoolers yesterday about Jesus, and I was telling the story of Jesus calming the storm, because kind of using that same theme of anchor that we've been going through in our sermon series with the preschoolers on obviously a very, very simple level. And I talked about Jesus calming the storm. And so one of the questions that I asked the preschoolers was, what are you or have you ever been afraid of? And one little boy in the front row raised his hand and he said, I was really afraid of the big slide. And he described how scary this slide was and how he just didn't want to go down it. But when I noticed he was talking in past tense, right? So something he wasn't afraid of anymore. And so I asked him, I said, are you afraid now? And he said, no. And I said, what made you unafraid? And he said, my dad was at the bottom of the slide. And when I realized that every time I went down the slide that he would be at the bottom, the slide wasn't scary anymore. And it took me a moment, but I thought about that and I thought, oh my goodness, isn't that the lesson that we are all invited into? That God, our Father, is at the bottom of the slide. Whatever your scary thing is, whether it be the future, whether it be health, whether it be worries about other people, concerns about death and the afterlife, whatever we're going through, God is standing at the bottom of that big, tall, scary slide, ready to catch us, always there, each and every time. And that is a promise. What a great promise of God. Just that reminder that God is standing at the bottom of that big, scary slide. So I wanted to share that with you today. Hopefully it's an encouragement to you and invite you to just be thankful for little simple stories like that can remind us of the greatness and the goodness of our Heavenly Father. Let's take a moment to pray. Gracious and everlasting God, we give you thanks and praise for being so present for us, for always being there ready to catch us, that when we are able and we take the risk of doing maybe the difficult thing of climbing the ladder to get to the top of that slide, that we know that you're there to catch us. There are times when we don't choose these fears, it doesn't seem like, but you are still there at the bottom of the slide. You are still present, ready to catch us always with us. I pray over each person watching and each person that's part of our worship community, and I give you thanks and praise for them as we walk through our fears together, knowing that we have such an amazing, loving Father. Thanks for being with me. I hope you have an awesome few weeks until I'm back with you again. I will see you in worship on Sunday. Remember how much God truly adores and loves you.